Hey friends, Ron Cantor here, and I want to bring another update of what's happening in Israel. Yesterday, or sometime today, IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces, they took journalists on a tour just to see, so they can document what actually really happened. Because if you listen to Hamas yesterday, they're saying, no, we didn't kill any civilians. One of the things that the IDF showed these journalists were the bodies of 40 babies who were killed, murdered. They were decapitated. Yeah, they were civilians, and that is barbaric. That's what we're dealing with, world. Now, I could spend the next 5-10 minutes telling you story after story like that, but it's time that we kind of shift a little bit, that we start helping. I want to tell you about Barzelai Hospital. They are our main hospital in Ashkelon, where I live, and they are on the front lines. They're the closest major hospital to where the fighting happened on Saturday and on Sunday. And Ilana's one of her best friends growing up is an emergency room nurse there, and she said it was just bodies everywhere, carnage. She'd never seen anything like it. And then they got hit by a rocket. Now, it's a big hospital with lots of buildings, and it hit a I don't know what you call it, a bridge that takes you from one wing to the other. Fortunately, it was empty. Nobody was hurt. But that's what we're dealing with. Just constant rocket barrage on Ashkelon, where they're trying to help people. Now, a few months ago, Dr. Shmuel Tzangan, who is the head of their premature baby unit, got a hold of me. He had heard that we had done some work building bomb shelters for the Ethiopian immigrants and renovating some others, and he asked if we could help him. They were building a premature baby unit that would be bomb-proofed. See, right now, and hopefully you're going to see some pictures here, right now, have you ever seen a premature baby? They're like the size of a newborn puppy. And in the incubator, they have all kinds of wires coming. So imagine you hear the siren. The siren goes off. You've got about 30 seconds, maybe less, to get to safety. They have a bomb shelter, but by the time they get there, the bombs have already gone off. And it's dangerous to move the babies. And he was saying, Ron, can you guys help us? And I said, well, how much do you need? They had already raised $7 million, or the government provided $7 million, but there was no more money. So they needed $3 million. And I gulped and I said, well, we really are not that big of an organization. We'll do what we can. Maybe there's some projects within the project, because I know they were reaching out to other parts of the Jewish world to raise funds. And so we've been working quietly behind the scenes with certain donors over the past few months, but now I have to bring this need to you. I'm not expecting that we're going to raise $3 million for this project, and we're getting involved right now in the humanitarian aid efforts, in addition to what we do with Shalano TV. That's the heart and soul of what we do, a Hebrew-speaking television station that shares the good news of Messiah. It's hand in hand, words and deeds. Words are really important, but words without deeds are kind of worthless. And deeds without words, it's great that you're helping people, but why are you doing it? So we want to do both. We minister in words with Shalanu, but we minister with deeds in the hospitals, and with the soldiers who need food, with the food drives that are collecting food for not just soldiers, but people living in the South. We're going to get involved as soon as I can get home. In 2 days, we have plane tickets. We'll be able to get out of France and get home and get on the ground and make a difference. Our hearts are with Israelis. I watched the reports of whole communities surrounding tanks as they're going by, encouraging them, loving them, singing to them. And again, we're not a warmongering nation. Do you understand that we have enough firepower that we could eliminate not just Gaza, the West Bank, but Lebanon, Syria, the entire Middle East? If that were our goal, if we were nuts, if we were like the people who are attacking us, we could do that, but we hold back. We're constantly holding back. But this was something different. This was beyond a rocket, or even 5,000 rockets with minimal damage. There are 1,200 dead Israelis. There's still over 2,000 fighting for their lives, some of them in critical condition. And so, yeah, we are going to get our hands dirty and help in every relief effort that we can. So I just want to invite you to go to the link on your screen. So far, we haven't even tried to raise money. We haven't really asked. And in the past 3 days, we have received about $25,000. I didn't want to make this about raising money, but it takes money to protect these babies. It takes money to feed people. So we're jumping in. And I want to encourage you to go to the link on your screen and be generous. Stand with Israel. Let your voice be heard. And when we do humanitarian aid work in Israel, we're always very clear that we are Messianic Jews, that we believe that Yeshua is the Messiah, and our primary donors around the world are Christians who love Israel. So again, let's do this together. I'm believing God that we can raise $1 million. We've already raised not just the 25 I mentioned, but another 20 beyond that. So we're moving forward. Let's do it. And again, it's not about money. It's about souls. It's about lives. It's about making a statement that we're standing with Israel, that we love Israel. For 2,000 years, or roughly between the 2nd century and just towards the end of the Holocaust, the primary theology coming out of the church was that God is against Israel, God hates Israel, God is judging Israel, God has replaced Israel. We don't believe that. That's demonic. It is not biblical theology. The restoration of Israel is in the Bible. It's all throughout the prophets. It's in the book of Acts, Acts 1, Acts 3. Let's get involved in that restoration right now, because part of that is the ecclesia, the body of believers, standing with the very ones who gave you the gospel. The very ones, because of their witness, the witness of the apostles, we're not sacrificing our children fire. We're not involved in pagan worship. We have found the Messiah because of the witness of those early Jewish believers. Now let's pay it back. Let's bless the Jewish people. We receive the good news from them. Let's give it back to them, but let's also do it in a very practical way through acts of love and kindness. Be generous. Go to the link on your screen. Let's make a difference. Let's be a witness. I love you guys. I bless you guys. I thank you so much for standing with us, standing with Israel, standing with the Jewish people. You have no idea what it means, particularly now as we go through our greatest crisis since we were rebirthed 75 years ago. So again, we love you. We bless you. We need you. Okay, God bless you. Shalom.